Hey folks, welcome back to Dark Room Reviews. So today is Saturday afternoon. I figure I just have a relaxing but yet entertaining stream for you guys. Welcome back to the channel. I'm looking at three huge stacks of DVDs that I never knew I had. You guys want to stick around to the end, but let me know. Let's see. So you have me guys for the next 2 hours. Go grab a snack, get something to drink, make some popcorn. Luke, how you doing, man? It's gonna be fun. I'm looking at three stacks of DVDs here. We're gonna go through them together. Give this stream a thumbs up if you can. It really helps out in the long run. But in the meantime, let's go through these DVDs. At the same time, ask me questions. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments below. Let's get started. Here we go. Have Stand By Me. Now, the majority of these movies I've collected over time, and I've purchased from Goodwill. So I got Stand By Me here, Rob Reiner classic. Another Rob Reiner classic here, Princess Bride. Thank you guys for joining me. My name is Joel, and this is Dark Room Reviews. The Accountant. So if you're just joining me right now, we're going over some DVDs I've collected over time. And at 4 o'clock, I will be live with special guest Christian from Planet CHH, talking with him about movies and his channel and his band at the Iron Giant here. Okay. So I'm going to go about 2 hours for this live stream. Rampage. This was so fun to watch in theaters. I really should upgrade this movie. Let me know your thoughts on this movie, Rampage. Highly underrated. I think it's one of Dwayne Johnson's best movies. I know that's not saying a lot, but I liked it. I don't know. Why I don't collect 4Ks? The pricing. I don't have the financial. I don't have enough money to buy 4K movies all the time, but I do have a couple 4K movies on my Amazon wish list. They're both like $12 each, and I think they're worth purchasing. They're two older films. Yeah, I will get them. The next month or two. I have Eagle Eye, Shia LaBeouf. If you were a fan of Eagle Eye, or if you were a fan of Shia LaBeouf, this is one of those movies that kind of fell under the radar. He's fantastic here. He has a twin in this film, and his twin dies, and his twin was a really smart guy and working for the government, has this high IQ, and his twin was being set up, being blackmailed or such, and now everything's turned on Shia LaBeouf here because he looks exactly like his twin, and so he's on the run, and it's just a crazy, wacky movie. You should definitely check out. Billy Bob Thornton is in this movie. Yes, I buy certain film Blu-ray. I typically buy Blu-rays on Groove. I'm really surprised about the selection of Groove has. Yeah, for sure, Dave. I also saw Disturbia in theaters too. That one's a good one too. I think I saw Eagle Eye as well. But here's another DVD. I've had this one for quite some time. Big Fish, and this is from Tim Burton. You guys seen it? Check it out. What do you guys think of it? I know Tim Burton also has a movie, Big Eyes. I think it's Big Eyes as well. Yeah. Have you guys seen this one? Big Fish. Next up, we have Whiplash. If you guys are a fan of this one, I am. I like how it's got a dark tone to it. It's not like a dark comedy. It's not exactly a thriller. It's got some elements of a lot of heavy elements of music going on in it in this movie. Next up, we have The Nutty Professor. Hilarious movie. I've been meaning to upgrade this film to Blu-ray. I don't know. I think a 4K may be coming soon, but I know for certain this has a Blu-ray around. This one's got a lot of talk. Hey Drew, what's up, man? Red Eye, Wes Craven. If so, Drew, if you're just joining us, I'm just going over huge stacks of DVDs from my collection. You know, this is just a really chill afternoon, Saturday afternoon. It's raining outside. I wish there was snow outside, but we have rain. So, yeah. Red Eye. I remember seeing this one in theaters. Red Eye, directed by Wes Craven, Rachel McAdams, Cillian Murphy on a plane. He's basically holding her hostage. Another Johnny Depp sleeper, Secret Window. One of Johnny Depp's best films, in my opinion. I like actors, A-list actors. I wish they do more indie stuff instead of really relying on, waiting for that next big blockbuster script. Yeah, Red Eye is just something special. It's a little contained film, and taking place on an airplane. Here's another little indie film starring Shia LaBeouf, The Peanut Butter Falcon. Are you late? No, Josh, you're not late. You're just joining us. We're just going over a lot of DVDs this Saturday afternoon. So giving you guys some entertainment out of your day. Make sure to hit that subscribe button or consider subscribing and give this video a thumbs up. So if you're just joining us, I'm just going over some stacks of DVDs from my collection. Huge 3 stacks here. And I also have some shows I like to show you guys. Some shows I bet you did not know I had. A couple of them I've picked up recently and I've had for quite some time now. So yeah, Peanut Butter Falcon's great. Dave, if you haven't seen this movie, I do recommend it. Little indie film with Shia LaBeouf here. Next up is a lot of people's favorites, although people would really like Shawshank Redemption over this one, The Green Mile. It's just as equally as good, but I think people prefer Shawshank Redemption. Yes, I agree. Peanut Butter Falcon. Another little sleeper hit. Well, it was big at the time it came out. Four Brothers. I would love a upgrade of this one. Probably has a Blu-ray. Yeah. Start to do a live stream. Yeah, just let us know, guys. Let us know, Dave, when you want to do a live stream. Yeah, Green Mile. Have you seen The Green Mile? Have you read The Green Mile, Luke? Blade I this past year I picked up the Blade trilogy, and I liked 1. I liked 2. 2 was a little different. 2, directed by Guillermo del Toro. It tried some different things. 3, Blade Trinity. Let's just say I didn't finish the film. I barely made it through the first 2 acts. And I was thinking, okay, what are we doing with Blade here? Is this the Ryan Reynolds show taking over? Ryan Reynolds taking over Blade Trinity? And yeah, it's just the dialogue was bad. What Wesley Snipes was doing on screen was just ridiculous. They had him in they were interrogating him, and what is going on? Yeah, Four Brothers. I picked this one up at Goodwill. You never know what you're gonna find on Goodwill. Oh, 4K Blade, 4K Blade. That movie is phenomenal, even though it has the feel of a 1990s movie. Still, it still holds up in terms of the character, the lore, the action, dark grittiness of the movie. So if you're just joining me for the first time, I'm going over several DVDs of my collection because why not? It's raining outside. We got no snow here. Give this video a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you're new. My name is Joel. This is Dark Room Reviews. Yeah, King books are very hit and miss for me, but I would like to read The Long Walk. The Long Walk. It's a good movie. But I definitely want to read the book. I saw the movie first, and it kind of makes me want to jump back into Stephen King. Next up, we have a raunchy comedy. No, not yet. Still going over the first stack of DVDs here. War of the Worlds. I know there's 4K of this. I really liked it. I think Steven Spielberg, he has a knack for science fiction, and I think he jumps around a lot, but science fiction is his sweet spot in my opinion. Now that I think about it, Minority Report, we had E.T. Why can't he just... Anyways, Steven Spielberg, so great. War of the Worlds, Tom Cruise. I attempted to read this book many years ago, and it kind of bored me for the most part. So aside from going over these DVDs, if you guys want to drop any questions, random questions, feel free to. You got me for the next 2 hours. We're going until 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock, and then at 4 o'clock, I will have a special guest, Christian from Planet CHH. On his channel, he covers horror movies, physical media, does a lot of live streams. Very intelligent guy. He's a millennial just like me. All right, we're moving on to stack number 2. All right, in the meantime, enjoy a little entertainment out of your day. Road Trip. If you seek this one out, it is a raunchy 1990s comedy. I don't think it's from 2001. I could be wrong. But yeah, Todd Phillips, the director of movies like The Hangover, Joker, directed this film. I like his quirky, weird comedy in this movie. Tom Green is in this. Recognize Tom Green. Sean William Scott. Very funny, weird, awkward cast. Those are the kind of movies I like sometimes. Weird, quirky comedies. Next up, we have Good Will Hunting. Classic. This is how Ben Affleck, Matt Damon got their start here. Academy Awards. Yeah, Road Trip, I think. I don't know if Good Will Hunting has a 4K. Maybe. I've seen the Blu-ray at Barnes & Noble. Yeah. Good Will Hunting. Good Will Hunting. I'm going to save this show for later on, but we are going old school. Okay. I got a lot of 1990s films here. Okay, we're going old. We're going back. Let's turn time to, let's go back to the 90s. You guys remember this one? Dunstan Checks In. The rich kid who literally lives in a hotel because his dad owns a hotel. And a guest checks in and he has a monkey, and this monkey gets out. No, it's a orangutan. Sorry, it's orangutan. So the owner, his dad in this movie, this kid's dad is Jason Alexander from Seinfeld, and I'll just leave it at that. I think this movie deserves a watch. I think it's on Disney Plus. You guys remember this movie? Dunstan Checks In. Dunstan is the name of the orangutan. Very funny movie. Next up is one of my personal favorites. I do believe I saw this in theaters. The Flintstones. I know there's a Blu-ray of this. There might be a 4K. I think it looks stunning on 4K. This is a very because I say that because it's a very colorful film. We got a lot of colorful costumes, characters. You know, if you didn't know, the Flintstones, it's based on the animated show Back When. Flintstones. This next one I hold near dear to my heart. It's based on a book by, I think, I don't know who the author is. But yeah, this is The Indian in the Cupboard. There is a Blu-ray, but I think it's one of those rare Blu-rays that's hard to come by. This is directed by Frank Oz, who, if you didn't know, Frank Oz is the voice of Master Yoda from Star Wars. Yeah, can you believe that? Went ahead and directed this movie. So cool. It's produced by Kathleen Kennedy, Frank Marshall, and Jane Starts. Come on, have you guys read this book? Remember from the 90s? Indian in the Cupboard? Another favorite of mine, and I don't hear anyone talking about this movie. It got overlooked. I think this is one of those movies, Eddie Murphy films, that got overlooked. Yeah, Dr. Dolittle. Funny stuff. Doctor who can essentially has the ability to understand animals. They talk to him, and the only actor around who could pull this off is Eddie Murphy. I'm really surprised we haven't gotten a remake of this, and a straight to Netflix remake. Next up, I just realized I have this also on Blu-ray. I think, could be wrong. Signs, M. Night Shyamalan's Signs. This movie demands your attention. One of M. Night Shyamalan's best, in my opinion. It's one of those movies you should rewatch. This is one of those rewatchable films for sure. Signs, Mel Gibson, Joaquin Phoenix, Rory Culkin. Let me know in the comments below. Can you guys hear me okay? How's the audio? Sound all right? Next up, we have Grease. You guys into musicals? Frank Randall Kleiser. Grease Lightning. Oh, Grease Lightning. I don't have the Blu-ray. Next up, we have a Walt Disney film. Now, it's based on a book. But obviously, I saw the film first. And that is Holes. Digging up them holes with Shia LaBeouf. This is an insane plot. This kid, instead of this kid getting sent to juvenile detention, this kid, played by Shia LaBeouf, he gets sent to this camp, this all-boys camp, where the person in charge has them digging holes out in the freaking desert, and that's sort of as this punishment, and it's nonsense. It's like so unethical. It's like almost illegal when you think about it. and it's nuts. And it's a whole scheme to have these boys, these teenage boys, dig holes in the desert to find something worth money, or it was gold. I don't know if it was gold, but it's like utter nonsense. If you're just joining me now on the stream, we're going over some DVDs, little entertainment out of your Saturday afternoon. Holes, yeah. Holes is so ridiculous, but yet so entertaining. It's just one of those movies that kind of just sticks with you, you know. Next up, 90s movie I haven't seen in quite some time called 9 Months. Hugh Jackman, not Hugh Jackman, Hugh Grant, I'm sorry, Hugh Grant and Julianne Moore, husband and wife. They are expecting. The last scene, the last big scene in this movie in the third act features, it's a crazy, pregnancy at the hospital comedy act that it's just done such a fun way. Yeah. Hugh Grant. Guess fans of Hugh Grant? Fans of Hugh Grant? This movie at the time, and now I'm sure people completely forgot about this movie, but at the time people were like divided about this movie. It's like, why didn't they cast a Persian? But instead they casted Jake Gyllenhaal in Prince of Persia. Jake Gyllenhaal is like far from Persian. He is an American white dude. But, I gotta give this movie a little bit of credit. Some of the scenes weren't half bad. Some of the scenes where Jake Gyllenhaal has his dagger in his hand, and he is able to stop time. And some of those moments are really cool to look at. We also have Ben Kingsley in this movie. All right, so I'm gonna save the shows until the end. Next up, we have another stack here. The Never-Ending Story, a 1980s cult classic, in my opinion. If you haven't seen this movie, do seek it out. If you like movies like The Black Crystal and the movie with Jennifer Connelly, you're gonna dig this one. It's kind of in the same universe, more or less. Never-Ending Story. Next up is a true story. Have Rudy. It's a guy who decides to go back to college, study real hard, and his ultimate goal, his dream, is to be part of the Notre Dame football team. And he makes his dream come true with a lot of hard work. It pays off. And it's just inspirational. It's one of those inspirational sports stories you don't hear as much anymore. But yeah, this movie is triumphant in a sense that, follow your dreams, follow your heart. Next up is a movie by Wes Anderson, and I think it's based on a book by Roald Dahl. Is The Fantastic Mr. Fox. Yeah, for sure. Rudy's a gem. Now, The Fantastic Mr. Fox, there is a Criterion for this movie. Speaking of Criterion, I don't own any Criterion, but hopefully that will change this year. The next Criterion sale, there's like a few I already want to purchase. And Fantastic Mr. Fox might be one of those movies, along with Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. No, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, Night of the Living Dead, and Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me. Mr. Tennis Reaper, how are you, my friend? If you're just joining me this Saturday afternoon, we're just going over a ton of DVDs, a little entertainment out of your day. Nothing big, nothing fancy. Fantastic Mr. Fox. I like the animation style in this movie. It's so different from what you see today. I think it's stop motion animation. Another, I guess from 2000 or 2001. Shallow Hal wants a gal. Funny. Although I think at the time it was hilarious, but now we talk about this movie and that's offensive. Why are they making fun of this large woman? And yeah, it's just people are sensitive nowadays with this kind of humor. But it worked for its time. Only a directing duo like the Farrelly brothers could pull something like this off. Jack Black. Next up, speaking of Guillermo del Toro, Hellboy. Yes, Jeff. Hilarious. Shallow Hal wants a gal. I really need to rewatch this one. I started watching this one late one night and didn't finish it. And I don't own the sequel, but I do remember enjoying it. Yeah, this one's kind of starts out slow. And I think that's why I didn't finish it. Because it started out really slow. Of course, if you've seen this one, you know that Ron Perlman is Hellboy. I think once upon a time I owned a copy of Hellboy for the PS3, although I didn't finish it. Next up, we have everyone's. I think I'm the majority of Batman fans. This is in their top 5. Batman, Mask of the Phantasm. I always used to see this cover, this VHS clamshell cover at the video store. It never changed. Can you imagine this film? I think there's a 4K of this, if I'm not mistaken. Guys, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. It really helps out in the long run. For some reason, this next film is a Joel Schumacher film starring Jim Carrey. And I don't understand the negativity towards this movie. I thought it's a clever thriller with a hit or miss concept. It's the number 23. What do you guys think of this movie? The number 23. The concept is interesting. It's about a man who ends up being obsessed with literally the number 23. And it becomes this obsession, this dark obsession, and then it evolves into like this murder mystery. And what fuels this murder mystery is this novel his wife gave to him, and his wife's played by Virginia Madsen. She plays a part in this movie, but there's a twist. There's a big twist in this movie towards like in the third act. And it has to do with the murder mystery. And it has to do with Jim Carrey. So this movie pulls you in different directions. But Jim Carrey, man, he has a knack for like being in whether he knows it or not, he has a knack for being in like dark, seedy films. I've noticed that he's in a couple other movies too that are dark and twisted. I did a rewatch this past year of this movie. It's a Martin Scorsese film, and it didn't hit as it didn't have that magic touch like Goodfellas, like Taxi Driver, like Raging Bull. Something was missing from it. Although the third act with the demise of Joe Pesci is kind of one of the standout scenes in the movie. And talking about Martin Scorsese's Casino, I don't know if it was the DVD version of this. I mean, I'm sure it looks 10 times way better on Blu-ray and 4K, but it didn't hit. It just didn't stick to landing with me. I don't know why. I don't know if like Sharon Stone was the issue. I don't know. What do you guys think of Casino? Who knows? I might give it a rewatch down the road. Forgettable film here, but I found it incredibly hilarious. So funny that I had to pick this one up. Barbershop, The Next Cut. Now, this is the third Barbershop. Yeah, Casino is. Now, if you remember, I said earlier in the stream, I'm a sucker for raunchy comedies. Vacation's one of them, but it takes one character to like kind of ruin the experience, and these two kind of ruined the Sons, kind of ruined that experience for me. It's forgettable either way. This movie hits me every time in the funnies. Neighbors, Seth Rogen. Yeah, I actually have a bookshelf already. Oh, it's a cabinet. It's a cabinet filled with my DVDs. It's full. It's full. But I do have some shelf space up here. But these shelves now are just specifically for just Blu-rays, DVDs. No, Blu-rays, mostly Blu-rays, 4Ks. And then I have a shelf with my steelbooks, which is already full there. Oh, neighbors. So at 4:00, I will have a guest. I'm having a guest. Special guest, Christian from Planet CHH. I'll be talking all about his channel, the origins of his channel. Next up is a film I enjoy. I don't watch it that often though. Guillermo del Toro's Pacific Rim. Excuse me. Huge fans of this movie. I like it. I think I need to upgrade. One of those movies, if I see it around on Blu-ray, I'll pick it up. The second one, very hit and miss, mostly forgettable. Van Diesel riding solo in The Last Witch Hunter. Van Diesel, Elijah Wood, Isla Fisher, I think she's in this. Now, speaking of Last Witch Hunter, I believe a sequel is coming out, The Last Witch Hunter 2. It's so forgettable. Why all of a sudden does there need to be a sequel? I don't know, maybe the only reason I can think of why there is a sequel is because Vin Diesel wanted a sequel and he's probably funding it himself. It's my guess. All right, next up we have a terrible film. For the most part, we have The Lone Ranger, Tonto and Army Hammer, Johnny Depp and Army Hammer. I don't know. Next up, cracks me up every time. Peak Jack Black, Lacha Libre. All right, now it's time to show off some shows. This recent pickup I've gotten from Goodwill, and I don't regret getting it. There's the Sopranos. Love this box. Sopranos season 1. Look at that. Look at this. You guys are fans of the Sopranos? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to give the stream a thumbs up. Appreciate that. Next up, we have Batman the Animated Series of Volume 1. I think there's like 4 or 5 volumes. Could be wrong. But yeah, I picked this one up one day as a birthday gift one year. It's pretty good. You know, if you're a Batman fan, Batman collector, get this one for sure. Next up, I was a fan head over heels over the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers show. I was into the video games, into the movies. We have the show here, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Season 1, Volume 1. Great stuff. Don't make shows like this anymore. Season 2, Volume 2. There. Next up, we're going back to the 90s again. We're stuck in the 1990s, aren't we? You're seeing the trend here. This was I believe this was a gift from a friend of mine years ago. Is the Beavis and Butthead collection. There's gosh, this brings back memories. Beavis and Butthead. Go Beavis and Butthead. How these guys managed to stay young after all these years? So funny, so funny. Beavis and Butthead. God, Beavis and Butthead Volume 4 here. This was also a gift from a buddy of mine. If you like this kind of dumb humor, then you can add these guys to your collection. You guys want to drop some comments? Now's the time to do that. Ask me some fun questions. You guys want to drop some questions? Feel free to. Ooh, that is a good question. Thank you for the question, by the way, Drew. Favorite boutique labels. I have a couple. At the top of my head, I would say Arrow. Mainly because of their cover art. I find their box cover art, their chunky box sets, amazing. For speaking of Arrow, prime example here. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles box set. I like this kind of stuff. You don't see this stuff every day in theaters. I mean, not in theaters, in stores. I wonder if Barnes and Noble carries these. But yeah, this was an amazing set. Aside from Arrow Video, Scream Factory comes to mind. I like their art too as well. Scream Factory is another one. I'm hearing a lot of praise for Vinegar Syndrome and Umbrella. Those two, Umbrella and Vinegar Syndrome, I maybe starting to get into. Or Kino Lorber. Yeah, that's places like Goodwill and Barnes and Noble are near me, where I closest in-store place shopping for physical media. Those locations are close to me, and I just don't get that from Target anymore, Best Buy. Those days are gone, long gone. I mean, you had people going in there and buying your movies, buying your products in your stores, and you take that away. I don't know. But yeah, there's still Arrow titles I still want to get. Scream Factory there's always titles I'm looking at, but I'm doing my research. I look at the prices. I look at Bull Moose. Oh, I don't believe that I have that on the West Coast. I know in the Midwest and the East Coast, there are places that are packed with like physical media, but none near me where I live. Like Half Price Books, I think that's a big place, right? Yeah, there you go. And Second and Charles, I think Second and Charles is another popular one. There's a place too out in like Pittsburgh, out in Pennsylvania or Ohio, that's pretty popular too. I think it's Second and Charles. But yeah, as far as like places like that, I just don't know about. I know there's pawn shops that could but they're very hit and miss. But yeah, physical media it needs more support from communities, I think, and it's not it's an element is missing. I know obviously there's a big support for physical media on YouTube, but it's gonna take more than that. We need like more awareness. So I don't want to say it's not hard to come by. It's just that, yeah, niche. Okay. It's the lack of support is a good, way to describe it. The state of physical media. And I don't know why it was, just ruled out, just no longer existent in stores. I might do some research as to why places like Target and Best Buy decided to completely get rid of movies in their stores. I don't know if it was the lack of people not buying them as much anymore. I don't know. if you guys want to chime in, why you guys have any reasons why theories as to why Best Buy and Target no longer sell movies in store. Let me know in the comments below. Do you guys, what else do you guys collect besides physical media? You guys collect like Funko Pops? Because I have some Funko Pops, but which used to be like a thing. It still is a thing. I know there's some content creators who have, shelves of Funko Pops. Video games, yes. Video games, yes, they're difficult to find, but also if you're looking for something specific, it's out there. Obviously, online places like eBay, which I've never bought anything from eBay. It's just there's something about it that's like off, that's fishy to me. And pricing, a lot of prices kind of turn people away from things, especially Pokemon cards. Pokemon cards are still huge. I kind of want to start collecting again Pokemon cards. Like I used to have a really good collection of cards that I gave away, and I regret that. But it's neither here or there. But yeah, I'm hoping to start one of these days. I want to start collecting Pokemon cards, and I don't mean just buy a pack, a small wimpy pack. No, I want to buy like the box sets. That's where the magic is, those $25, $30 box sets. And who knows? How do you guys feel about resellers? Yeah, resellers are, like, say, for instance, we're on the subject of Pokemon cards. They'll buy a lot, whether it be from those kiosks or go to Costco and buy as much packs Pokemon cards and decide to sell them for a higher price online so that they can make an extra buck. Those are resellers, basically. And are these scalpers? Could be scalpers. Scalpers? Resellers? Maybe they're the same thing, scalpers and resellers. Yeah, they're out. This interesting thing is we can't really stop them. I mean, stores can stop them in the sense that they'll put a sign up and say, one per person, two per person. But yeah, it can't really stop them in the long run. Like I said, Pokemon cards, they have these kiosks inside grocery stores, and people will literally wait till these machines get stocked up again, and they'll buy out stuff. Stuff will be sold out, and it's just the way it is. But as long as the hobby is hot, popular, people will money will be flowing. Larry Comics, thank you for the question, man. What's your biggest pet peeve in the physical media community? Gosh, you know what? Give me an example. Um, Pet peeve. be the physical media community? I think, you know what? There's some content creators who just gush and gush about a certain boutique label, and I get kind of sick of that. It's not the creator; it's just that, having negative within the community. Yeah, I could see that. I've heard several, there's content creators who have issues with their, subscribers. I think every content creator has just about dealt with someone or a comment that really affected them. And, that says a lot. That says a lot. It's not only hurting the content creator, I don't, but it's also, affecting the creativity as well. Yeah, so like I said, I just like a certain boutique label being brought up over and over, and it kind of affects the experience, the watching experience, at least for me. If I'm subscribed to someone's channel, a physical media collector, awesome. But when you're making several videos just about one boutique label, I mean, it gets old. It gets old after, a couple videos, That's just my pet peeve. Ooh, Jeff says, what are some other content creators you like to work with? Gosh, Mel, there's a gal, phenomenal content creator, Mel from My Killer Podcast. She has this whole vibe to her that's, 80, she loves 1980s movies, music, and her channel speaks for itself. She's got it locked down. She's a cool chick. And also Garrett from his channel, Born to Be Rad. Garrett, he's got a fantastic personality to him as well that I'd like to collaborate on a video with him as well. Aaron, there's a guy named Aaron too. He's got a physical media channel. But yeah, negativity, it's out there. It's always out there, lurking, waiting for a content creator to mess up, to just say the wrong thing so that they can disagree with it. It's common. It's a common negativity is always a common thing, whether it be online or at your local grocery store, inside of a fast food place. There's always someone starting something. That's life, I guess. You just got to deal with it. But yeah, Garrett from Born to Be Rad, Garrett, and Mel from My Killer Podcast. I'd love to have those two on my channel one of these days. So if you guys didn't know, I also have a second live stream coming up at 4 o'clock Pacific time with special. I'm interviewing special guest Christian from Planet CHH. He's got a whole, community of his own. The guy's awesome. He's been doing it longer than I have. He's been in the collecting game longer than I have. I just want to pick his brain. I just want to talk to him. I think the guy's, like I said earlier in the stream, the guy's very intelligent, knows his boutique labels, has a huge collection of movies, and yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun time talking to him. Yeah. But no, just not on YouTube. People get bad comments too. Thank you, Drew. Thank you for your thank you for always stopping by and supporting the channel. Really means a lot. But yeah, like I said, negativity, it affects people on social media. People, I'm sure celebrities get swamped, flooded with comments of, you're this and that. You shouldn't have said this. And you might want to rethink that, or take down that picture, take down that tweet, delete your post. And yeah. Hey, the harsh truth. Hello. Thank you for popping in. Thank you for stopping by this Saturday afternoon. Earlier in the stream, I just went over about a dozen or more, 24 DVDs in my collection. So if you guys missed this live stream I had with Cody Leach, it's on the channel as well. It's about an hour, and the reason why it was only an hour was because I ran out of questions. I ran out of questions to ask him, and the people in the comments weren't giving as much, asking as much questions for my guest, and so I didn't want to be awkward and continue on for another 30 minutes to an hour. Oh, that's incredible, man. 200. Yeah. I once in a while I'll ask people how many steelbooks they have, and they have quite a bit. And mine's just like a fraction of what other people have compared to what other people have. But yeah, it was I'm still like riding that. I have that adrenaline, riding that wave. I can't believe Mr. Cody Leach was on my channel. He said yes. I talked to him for a good hour, and it was a fun time. I have next time I will be prepared. Next time I have someone on my channel, I will come loaded with more questions. How many steelbooks do I have? I have about I currently have 13 steelbooks. Do I plan on getting any more in the future? Sure. Yeah. If it's something real special that stands out to me. There's always movies that I'm wanting to own. Older movies. I have older movies in my wish list on Amazon. I have. But yeah, 200 movies. Well, obviously you should think about looking into getting a shelf. Just any shelf. Where a good place to get a shelf would be? There's a few options. You can buy online. You can build your own. Like Christian from Planet CHH, he made a couple videos of, he decided to make his own shelves, and what kind of wood he used in order to make them. But yeah, you could check out garage sales, in the springtime and summertime. Check out garage sales, even, just a small shelf to start out with. It would help. Yeah, bookshelves. Also, besides, thank you, Jeff. That means a lot. Yes. Besides building your own movie shelf, looking online, you could also check out Goodwills. Goodwills tend to have furniture, desks, cabinets, those sort of things. So look around. Keep your eyes out. If you're out and about. Also, a big place would be thrift stores. Thrift stores are big on furniture, shelves, antiques. So those are a few places, a few ideas to consider. Yeah, that means a lot. Yeah, Jeff, if you aren't subscribed to Jeff, John Doe Juggalo, consider subscribing. He's huge on boutique labels, has way more movies than I do. And yeah, $40. Okay, yeah, that price, I'm not surprised. Yeah, they used to be like 20. That's like the cheapest ones were 20. I don't know if they're still that price. Probably not. 5 shelf. Yeah. See, I'm with me. I want an extra shelf. This is the only big shelf I have, and I want a second one, but not as big. I want like this. Uh, I want a thin shelf, but I think I may one of these days I may just build one myself. You know, if I don't see one around, then you know, yeah. I don't know. I think maybe this summer I may really start going to really seek out garage sales. But I'll tell you one popular thing in the physical media community that's really taken off these past couple of years is VHS collecting. People have started to go hunting again for VHS movies. As crazy as that sounds, it's popular, it's cool. I myself have been looking out for VHS movies. Um, but yeah, I'm a collector through and through. Maybe not as big on boutique labels as some other people, but boutique labels are so interesting. I've learned so much about them and what they have to offer, whether it be on their website or through social media or content creators speaking on labels, certain labels. And I've learned about regions, how discs are like region B, region A, region C, region free. So whenever I find myself on a boutique label website, I make sure that if I'm to order something, I make sure that it's region free, because I don't have a region free region the Blu-ray player, 4K player. I just have a standard Blu-ray player. I do have a PS5, which sometimes I'll watch a 4K movie on it. But let me know in those comments below. Are PS5s, do they support like region B movies, region free? Those, well, obviously region free, but yeah. Yeah, studios and boutique labels are a thing that are packed. Always people always have discussions on labels. I think there'll always be discussions. And there's also what I find fascinating as well is completionists. Completionists, I got respect for, because they buy anything and everything. And I've seen it with my own eyes. I mean, I'm referring to YouTube channels. They'll buy a set of movies. For instance, they'll buy the Nightmare on Elm Street Steelbook collection, these big huge boxes, and so fascinating. Hey Adam, what's up? What's up? If you're just joining us, I'm just talking. Earlier, about an hour ago in the stream, I went through several, like 24 DVDs, if you want to scroll back. But yeah, hope your day was excellent. Just giving you guys a little entertainment out of your day. Saturday afternoon. It's raining outside. Oh, although I wish there was snow, but it is what it is. Region B 4K player. Jeff, is that difficult to do, to change the region of the disk drive itself? You know what? I've noticed my PS5 has been, after I played after a certain amount of time playing it, the fan gets really hot. And so I bought a cooler, like a fan cooler piece that I attached to it. And so it's helping out for sure. It helps out big time. 6 degrees. The coldest, let me tell you guys, the coldest it's gotten here at the top of my head is 28. Maybe 20, but I've never been in an area where it's been that in the single digits. Oh my goodness. You know what? I'm thinking since we haven't had snow here, if we don't get any this month, I think that's it. That's it for the winter season here, which sucks though. 3. Yeah, we had sunshine these past couple of days. I'm like, I think we're gonna get an early spring, but this weather's wacky. You guys ever find yourself watching conspiracy theory videos? I find those interesting as well. Like things I didn't know or I didn't even think about until those theorists, speak up. Yes, restorations. Yes. I've watched some interesting movies lately. I watched, let me see. I watched this movie for the first time recently, Cure. It is a Criterion. I checked it out from my library. Cure from Kiyoshi Kurosawa. Cure. This is an interesting film right here. It is a murder mystery that is a complex story. It's more than a murder mystery. It's behind you're trying to figure out what is the motive for each of these killings, and it's quite interesting. You should definitely check this one out. If you haven't seen Cure, check it out for sure. And another film I saw this past year was Crash, a movie called Crash by David Cronenberg. David Cronenberg? Yeah, David Cronenberg. He directed a movie called Crash, and I think it's based on a novel. And the premise of this movie is bonkers. Essentially, you have this group of people, a group of 5 people who are, I don't know if necessarily if you'd call them a cult, but they're a group of people who are into car crashes, and just they're obsessed with the idea of these car crashes, and it's to the point where it turns them on. Can you believe that? That's nuts. But throughout the movie, it's not really a huge story. There's scenes where these people are hooking up, are doing the hanky panky in cars, having conversations, and the final scene in the movie is even wilder. Yeah, Cronenberg is weird in a body horror sort of way. That's his thing. If you've seen the movie Crimes of the Future, he also directed that movie, Cronenberg. That's a pretty wild, far out there concept as well. But David Lynch is a weird kind of in a weird. His films are weird in a cool way. I don't know how to describe them. If you watch movies like Blue Velvet, or if you've guys seen Twin Peaks: Fire Walk with Me, there are scenes where like Lost Highway I didn't enjoy. Um, there's nothing in that movie that really stood out to me. But yeah, Twin Peaks: Fire Walk with Me. There's something about David Lynch that the way he directs a scene, he's able just a very plain scene, people just standing around, and he can have one character really cause a lot of weirdness to the scene, a lot of chaos without saying a whole lot. I don't know if that makes any sense, but Fire Walk with Me, there's a couple scenes like that. Prime examples for sure in that movie. If you know what I'm talking about, it's just there's a weirdness to David Lynch's art, and I like it. As weird as that sounds. So yeah, if you guys are just joining me, I'm going until 2:00, and then at 4:00 I will have Christian from Planet CHH. Can't wait to talk to him. I came up with a bunch of questions. You know, if I said earlier in the stream when I was talking to Cody Leach, I ran out of questions to ask him. So yeah, take that as you will. But nonetheless, I'm just honored that he was able to, that he said yes and took the time out of his day to talk to me. The very first time having him on my channel, just mind blowing. And I've had people reach out to me and ask, how were you able to get him on your channel? I'm like, I just sent him a message on Instagram, and Cody Leach. Did I say Cody Reach? I said Cody Leach. He's a content creator on YouTube, loves movies, he's part of the horror community. I respect the guy. He's been doing it in the YouTube game far longer than I have. I can link his channel. In this after the stream. I can put a link to his channel. But it's not that hard to find because his channel's name is just Cody Leach. Now, if you guys don't know the backstory to the name of my channel, DarkRoomReviews. So one night, the idea popped in my head. DarkRoomReviews, one word, and I decided that, okay, I have the name down. I want to start talking about horror movies that are on my shelf currently, or at the time they were. And I'm going to do movie reviews, strictly horror movies. And so I started doing that. I started recording off my iPad. And at the time I didn't know how to make a thumbnail. I didn't know how to edit a video. How and the apps. I didn't know about any apps that were free to do those things on. But I learned along the way. And I learned how to upload a video. I didn't understand the algorithm. I still don't. I didn't know the qualifications that came with being able to make money for putting out content on YouTube. subscribers. I didn't understand really like what subscribers really can do for you and watch your content. And also, I wasn't on Instagram, I wasn't on Twitter, I wasn't on Facebook at that time. Now, this was a few years ago. This was 2021, I believe. Yeah, this October will be my 4th year. Exactly. Yes. Um, just enjoy the ride. That's what life is too. It's about the journey, not the destination. For sure. Exactly. Good content. I try to make good content for you guys. I mean, I also think of, without doing any research, I look at other people's videos. What are people posting about? Talking about Scream, talking about the latest trailer that just came out of this show or this movie, what's coming out in theaters. I notice people have patterns, and that's cool. I mean, if that's getting them views, if that's getting them subscribers, your ranking list is helping your channel out. That's awesome. So I'm still trying to figure out, connecting with stuff. But at this point, uh, in my YouTube journey, I'm at the point where live streams are what's going to help me, what's going to help push this channel forward, what's going to help me connect with people, whether it be on here or streaming. Do I consider myself part of the horror community? I always think about that. I've thought about that a lot. And about the first year of my channel, I talked about building a community. I was really big in saying that. Having that idea, I really try to push that idea out. I want to build a community. And I think I have a small community. I'm known. But yeah, obviously, I think you get that impression that this is a horror channel based on my content. I'm still trying to figure out what kind of channel I want to be, but I do know that I want to belong to, I want to be part of a movie community, physical media, be in that bubble. I know. So it's a blend of all those things combined: horror, physical media, movies in general. I don't know if that's something that people would be interested in. But yeah, no, I like everyone. I try to get along with everyone on social media, on here. Everyone's welcome to pop by and ask a question, say hi. And you know what I struggle with? You know what I've been struggling with, and it's kind of ends up having me, having me feel guilty, is not having the time to visit everyone's YouTube channel and see their latest video. That kind of bugs me in the back of my head. I think the more I think about it, the more it makes me feel like, it's like, oh crap, I forgot to watch their video. Okay, later today I'm gonna watch their new video. Their new video came out. I'm gonna watch it. And there's so many channels I want to support, and figuring out the time to, I don't want them to, I don't want that person's watch time hours to slip. It's so I have to choose my battles, and it's not easy. It's an everyday fight. Like, what channel? There's even channels that I've had to unsubscribe to because I've noticed they don't they stopped making videos. They stopped being consistent after 3 months, after a month. And so, I have to say goodbye. It's nothing personal. It's just me, the way I am. I see people putting in the time, putting in the work of making videos, and I that deserve attention. And I just feel like if I'm if I am gonna be in this community, be a part of a community, be a subscriber to a channel, I feel like I owe it to that person to give them give them their time, watch their videos, is what I'm trying to say. And there's always so many hours in a day that it's kind of hard to do that. And so I'm really limiting the amount of channels I watch. I try to watch, a day. I'll try to watch 5 channels a day. And I think I cut it off. I'm like, that's enough YouTube for today. Or if it's a live stream, if someone had a live stream that's over 2 hours, at the end of the night, at the end of the day, I will watch that person's stream from beginning to end. But it also depends on topics too. So like I brought up earlier about content creators in the physical media bubble, they will make 2 or 3 videos on one boutique label, and that kind of bothers me. I mean, if it's working for them, cool. But yeah, I just try to be part of everyone's community. Thank you guys for the nice compliment there. I try to be nice, and I when it comes to negative comments, but for my videos, the way I react is I literally say, "Thank you for watching. Thanks for stopping by." But I'm sure there was a time where a comment really tried to push my buttons, but I don't remember that. But yeah, you guys are the best audience around. Like I said, this is my 3rd year. This is my 3rd year having this channel. But Larry's questions are so cool. Thanks, Larry, for the question. It really means a lot. So yeah, my channel, it's a hybrid. I think it's a hybrid. It's a mixture of movies in general, movie community, physical media, showing off some physical media. And at the same time, I'm just being me. I think everyone's themselves. But when it comes to I've noticed people start having more and more subscribers, they seem kind of distant. I don't know. And when it comes to certain channels, I will pop into their live stream once in a while, maybe just for 5 minutes. And I'll type in a comment, even though I don't know. Even though I know it won't be read because there's already 200 people, close to 200 people in the comments or on part of the live stream, and I feel like that person's already occupied enough, so I don't think I will get noticed. But it is what it is. There's those streamers out there that have a big following, will have a few hundred people watching the stream, his or her stream, and that's cool. Good for them. Yes, yes. There's times when not just on social media. Well, I'll give you an example. So, for instance, social media. If I have this thing where if I have a certain amount of followers on Instagram, let's say, and I don't see these people, interacting with me or commenting on my whatever I posted on Instagram. Like after a while, I start to notice, like, okay, I'm following you, but I don't see you interacting with me, So, what's the point of me following you if you're not, returning the favor in a sense? So I will just unfollow them because because they have a huge following too. I have 500 plus subscribers, and that person has 1,200 subscribers. Okay, I'm like, little old me, and just see ya. If that makes any sense. I just don't feel like I would be wasting my time and not being stand out. But anyways, so little things like that are kind of pet peeves in a sense. See, a lot of the bigger channels and communities touch fast. Yeah, but yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. But then there's channels who have 200,000. There's certain individuals who are still here, who are still paying attention to the little guys, who will take the time to respond to a person's small little comment. And I admire that. If you have 100,000 subscribers and you're taking the time to read everyone's comment, you're a standout. At least to me, you care about people's opinion and comments. When I got into this whole YouTube thing, I wasn't big on channels like Mr. Beast, Markiplier, these new people. So the OGs, that wasn't my, like, that's where not where my mindset was at those channels. I think my focus was on like Cody Leach was around, obviously. Chris Stuckman, Jeremy Johns was my kind of sweet spot in terms of their content. And so I kind of grew off of that, built my channel off of them in a sense. And so I talked about movie reviews, which I built my channel around. And so I always want to, like, I have this mindset right now where I want to continue to evolve. And if that means less movie reviews, then so be it. Because, if you find yourself searching in movie reviews, you'll find a slew, dozens upon dozens of channels that have, just random movie reviews. And I want my channel to stand out. And I feel like in order to stand out amongst the crowd, in a sense, I want to switch up things, step out of my comfort zone at the same time, and not just, be, your average channel and just talk about random movies, a random movie of the week. And so, yeah, that's one way of looking at it. I want my channel to stand out, but at the same time, not forget, like Jeff just pointed out, not forget where you came from, where I came from, what my channel is all about. I just want to say thank you guys for being here. So we're gonna go until 2 o'clock. And if you didn't already know, at 4 o'clock I will be back. So it's a 2 hour uh, 2 hour break, and I will be back with Christian being on. So So if you want to be part of that, bring some questions for Christian or me for that stream. So it's a busy Saturday afternoon. Yeah, channels, you know what? Channels as a YouTuber who if you're a YouTuber and you really want to build something special, put out content that you like, but also videos that other people may like also. You have to be like invested in your craft. Your craft, every little thing, I think every little thing counts. Down from the slightest little details in your thumbnail. Amen, man. Yeah. I think a lot of celebrities, if you look at celebrities, you don't know their backstory. They could have a hit song. A singer can have a hit song of the week, and you don't know a thing about them. Yeah, yeah. For the first 2 years, I built this channel through my laptop, my Chromebook. I'm thankful I have a PC now. Yo, Garrett, thank you for stopping by, my friend. But yeah, the equipment's not cheap to come by. I always want to upgrade my camera. I want a 4K camera. I want a brand new mic. But I think to myself, I have second thoughts like, but this mic's just good enough, Everyone has a cool mic. I mean, I'm thankful to have a mic, working equipment. And so, yeah, there's a lot of little things that's awesome. I have a webcam. I'm speaking to you guys. You can see me through a webcam. I think I have a 4K camera. I have a second camera here that, to be honest, doesn't even look any better than this webcam. So I hardly use it. This is supposed to be for blogging also, but I haven't taken it out. Maybe this year I'll take it out. Do some vlogs without being awkward in public. But yeah, I pay attention to a lot of people's videos and how they look nice, and they add backlights to their their background, which is awesome, incredible. Yeah, I always continue to like I said, evolve. And yeah, editing. I used to edit so much on my phone, and it was miserable because I had CapCut on my phone, on my Android, and I'd be in the middle of a video, and the app CapCut would crash, and so it was just a miserable experience editing. Just made me not like it. But luckily, I have a PC that's refurbished, it's used, but it gets the job done, and I'm so grateful for that, to have all this. Let's talk to you guys just Saturday afternoon. Rain's coming down. No snow, but we got rain. It's just a chill afternoon. So if you're just joining me, I'm going to have, at 4 o'clock, I'm going to have a second live stream. Christian will be on. Christian from Planet CHH. Hopefully you guys can join me for that. Bring some questions for Christian. Bring some questions for me. Feel free to come by. You want to come by later. Bring a snack. Have a drink. Have a drink while watching the stream. It's going to be fun. So if you on Monday, this past Tuesday night, I had Cody Leach on. Incredible guy. And we only went an hour because he didn't know it, but I did. I literally ran out of questions to ask him, and the comments weren't coming in for questions, so I cut it short. But it was such an honor to have him on, for him to say yes, taking the time out of his night to come on this random channel and just talk for an hour. And I'm grateful. I'll always be grateful for these little opportunities that come up. I mean, the power of social media has also had a hand in that. And so I'm just mesmerized right now. I'm still riding that high. So yeah, Garrett's in the chat. So grateful that he popped in. I want to have Garrett on, Mel from My Killer Podcast on. There's times where and a thing about being a YouTuber, I always second guess myself. I may go back and redo a thumbnail. I may go back and, next time I always think okay, these people, I always try to compare my channel to other people's channels. For instance, I notice a lot of channels will upload videos past 10 minutes. and let's say, for instance, I'm recording one day, my video will come out 14 minutes. But when it comes to editing, all those minutes shrink down, get erased, and the final product will be 6-7 minutes. That's just, I don't know. There's something about the way I'm talking while I'm recording. So yeah, second guessing yourself is I don't know if you guys feel that way too. Don't feel like your videos are good enough sometimes. You're not getting the views on a particular video. And I think that goes to show that, whether we know it or not, the algorithm is his boss, I think. But also I always try on my end, I try to do my part too by putting hashtags on, trying to push out videos on social media. So it's a lot of things that, just collide with one another. Yeah. And even a person just starting out on YouTube, they may not have any viewers, any subscribers, and you still, you could still be a nervous wreck. When I started out, you look at you go back to 2020, to October 2022, when I was starting out as a YouTuber and making random random horror reviews. You'll see that my channels, my videos weren't exactly up to par. That's what I've heard around. I personally haven't looked into it, done any thorough research, but yeah, you can pay for subscribers, pay for views, pay for watch hours. But I don't know if I want to dive into all that, and potentially jeopardize what I have right now. I don't want to risk, any hope having any delays on, reaching my ultimate goal. So if you guys didn't know, my ultimate goal is to get monetized. I have the videos. I just need jeopardize your channel. I don't want to risk that at all. I'm doing good so far. I just need the watch hours. That's it. Subscribers. I used to be so overthinking this idea of having every subscriber and to be subscribed to my channel, and I would always flip out, just bummed that one person unsubscribed. But I don't let that faze me anymore, because I think to myself, subscribers come and go. So I mean, and if you really look at it, YouTube is this huge thing. It's big. It's bigger than cable. It's bigger than a streaming service. It's this huge thing, whether we know it or not. Demonetized. Wow. Movie footage. Okay. Yeah, that's what I've heard too. Every once in a while, a content creator will tweet something out, will post something on Instagram or YouTube about how a video from 2 or 3 years ago will have a copy strike or something, and it's related to a footage from Warner Bros. Or Paramount or Universal are really, really strict on content creators putting content out. And so I don't want to be, I hope in the future, I don't want to be in that position, I don't want to get in trouble. Yes, that's what I was referring to. That just old content, you get a copy strike, and that, an email Funny thing. Last October, no, 2 years ago in October, I wanted to do a reaction video for Michael Jackson's Thriller. Now, at the time, I didn't have my PC, and so I was editing on my phone at the time, and so I had managed to download a 4K uh, video, Michael Jackson's Thriller, and I was trying to, I was watching it, trying to react to it, and it was a pain in the butt to put it all together. But once it was, I uploaded and everything. There was like a copy strike, so I just completely got rid of it. Got rid of the video. I didn't want it to affect my channel. Yeah, so I learned my lesson there. With certain videos, you just can't have your channel as much as you want to. As cool and fun a video is, it doesn't belong to you. You're not the owner of the video. Still gets hits. Interesting. Jeff, Drew, you've only had your channel for 5 months. Okay. So I have had my channel for 3 years. Yeah. Little things I still stand by. Be consistent. I've always heard that, be consistent. But yeah, I really try to push with networking. And I think that's helping. It's helping a little bit. When I refer to networking, I'm talking about going on social media, pushing out videos, streams, then people know, posts, community posts on YouTube. I'm on Twitter, X, but not as much anymore. I got rid of it because being on Instagram and YouTube, that was enough. That's enough social media for me. And if you guys were wondering if I have TikTok, I do have an account. I do have a page, but it's just too much social media for me, for my brain. I don't want to get overwhelmed. I don't want it to affect content on here. My consistency on here. Because, for instance, if I'm just, I could be thinking about making you guys a brand new video or a brand new live stream, but instead I'm scrolling through TikTok, and I don't want that to happen. So guys, we're just going until 2:00, and then I will be back at 4, where I will be just talking with Christian for Planet CHH. Let me tell you, I've had TikTok, and I could not get the hang of it. It takes me a while to get to my TikTok page, because once I opened the menu, once you open the app, there's like a menu, and then there's already like some random video already going. So yeah, it's just a whole other thing to deal with. You guys want to drop any last minute questions? Feel free to. Yes, I do collect shows, and I've been really trying to get into more collecting as far as the television shows. Like if you went back earlier in the stream, I talked about The Sopranos. It's a recent Goodwill pickup. Sopranos season 1. Can't wait to dive into this. Sopranos. Got some Beavis and Butthead. There's some Butthead here. Batman. Batman Volume 1. Batman here. I'm losing my voice. I'm sorry. Got some Mighty Morphin Power Rangers show, season 1. And I also have Breaking Bad, season 1. Sons of Anarchy, season 1. Game of Thrones, season 1. The Simpsons, season 1 and 2. Oh, man. Drew, did Signs really scare you there? But yeah, apparently there's ways where I can open up a extra window on StreamYard. Let's see. That. Can do that. But okay, how would I? You guys know how to manage layouts. Cinema layout. Cinema layout. That. You guys add show demonstration on stage. What's this? Don't know. Huh. Media presentation. Oh. Media presentation. Well. Record. How do we add? What's this? Present. Image. Computer. Video file. Oh. Extra camera? No. All right, guys, that is going to wrap up this stream. Thank you so very much to anyone who joined, took the time out of their Saturday afternoon to talk movies, talk content creations, physical media. I will be back at 4 o'clock Pacific time with my guest, Christian from Planet CHH. Thank you so very much for watching. My name is Joel. This is Dark Room Reviews, and I will catch you guys very soon. Take care.